Hello, everybody. Wow, May. That's my comment. Wow, May. Um, yeah, I can't believe May is literally starting on Monday, and I'm not ready to say that. I am going to light my new candle of the month, which is prosperity. We just entered Taurus season, which is about money and stability. And my family needs that right now. If you've been following along, my husband was laid off recently, and so he is doing tons of work to get back employed. Yeah, so I'm all for like, hey, we're gonna like have positive thoughts here and we're gonna make things happen. Things are going to align and fall into place. Hopefully. Hopefully. I have a positive outlook, but it is a little stressful knowing that we're going into May now. And it's just a lot. It's just a lot. So if I look back to April, let's see. Let's look at the goals first. Let's see. Come here, page. Please. No? Oh, I'm on the page. Okay. Okay. So looking through these, I'm filming this the Wednesday before everything starts, and so there are still a couple things here and there. So this plan with me went out, and this will be Sunday, and the podcast went out this morning. Website is still there. I have been doing some work on it. I'm going to check off one, but I was hoping to have it launched by May, but still working on things. I did do this appointment. So these are all done. Water has been improving over the last week. I will say that. And then our savings comes out on Friday for our goal there. ER bill, I am still waiting for that. At least I heard back from them, but this will be done. And I did some paint touch-ups. So that was kind of important. Didn't get to under the bed yet. And I did have that as a goal for this next week. Because like May 12th? No. May 15th, I think. It starts with a 1. They're gonna Ridwell, which is a service here in the Seattle area that helps recycle things, will pick up sheets and things. And so I know there's at least one sheet set under there that we do not need. What else? I've been doing more music at home. I have been, especially yesterday. It may be a little late in the month that I'm getting that done, but it was nice. I really got into the zone. Usually I have like a YouTube video playing, but and I can work that way. I can have like something in the background I'm listening to, but the music did very much help me concentrate on some important things business-wise. And also, welcome everyone who's new here. Sorry, I didn't mention this at the beginning. I have gotten a ton of new followers here, and I just want to thank you for hanging out. I know this is a Makselife one, but a lot of people are coming over from Sterling Inc. right now, and I am going to be also providing some of that information. That's going to be kind of my business side of things. And so in here, this is all kind of personal, and you can kind of see my day-to-day life, and I talk more about myself and my family. But yeah, if you want to catch business stuff, I'm going to be kind of doing both, and you can kind of pick which feed you want. I wish there was like a separate feed. That I'm not going to start a whole new channel, but at least like if you wanted to just pick and choose which ones you like, go for it. Anyway, let's see. So I didn't do, my therapist had a huge headache yesterday, so we're seeing if we could possibly reschedule later this week. And then today is my son's therapy. Again, I am just thrilled that my son is in therapy. Like, and I've mentioned why on my other Plan With Me videos, and it's one of those hurdles where you're just like, oh, that sounds like, it takes up a lot of time because you want to get the right person and you want to make sure that your kid feels supported and that it's successful and it's going really well. So, we'll use that as much until our benefits change, and we'll see. But we're using them all up as we can right now. And so, I know I'm kind of bouncing around here. Food plan for from the pantry really didn't work. My brain was so full of other things that we just kind of normally shopped. If there's a possibility of us moving, maybe, we don't know. It's so up in the air right now. Then I really am going to have to do that so that we can kind of get our food reserves smaller. So yeah, that didn't happen. I don't know if I want to put it on for this next month. I guess I should. Not because I feel like other people are like, oh yeah, you should do that. Like, it's not an external thing. It's more of like, it could make our food bill a little smaller next month. It could keep, that we can use things before they expire, that kind of thing. So it's just that April was, it was a lot. I've been focusing on my gynecological focus right now because of my ER visit back in February. It was a lot to deal with, and I still feel like I'm pushing really hard. I've had 2 appointments with my new gynecologist because I've had like a nightmare kind of thing happen with my old one, or just really frustrating. And now I'm like, do I really have to push this hard for my own health? It's exhausting. It's exhausting. So, all my energy. So when I think about spiritual growth, I'm just thinking of spiritual, just my own energy here of both mentally and physically. Where am I pouring that in? And I'm pouring it into my business and health right now. And it's been a lot. It's been a lot. All these other things are kind of like, they're just going. So that's why this didn't happen. So let's see here. And I didn't get to do drafts. So what I was going to do is, like, if I launched my website, drafts are part of a video game I play, and it's called Magic the Gathering. And yes, I'm a nerd, and it's kind of like, this kind of gaming takes a couple hours. Usually I kind of jump in and out of the game for about 15-20 minutes a day. It's something that just kind of helps me kind of decompress and things. But this is more of like, I have these little tokens in there and I can use one, and it could take about an hour per time. But it was going to be like, okay, I launched my website. That meant that I didn't have to pour as much energy into that, so I could go and do that. So I'm going to forward that on as well, because I really do want to do that, but they don't expire. It's not like there's this deadline where they expire. So this is closely tied into that. And then we are going to, and our garage definitely needs help. I'm thinking we might do like a dump run, because it's stuff that doesn't fit in our trash and can't be recycled, and it's kind of cluttering up in there. It's hard. Like, we got our car in there, and that was like a really big deal because it's a 1-car garage, and it's nice that we are using it that way. And it's not, I think when you have a car in your garage, it keeps you from acquiring as like a huge pile of boxes and a huge bunch of other stuff in there. So I do see that as a tool, and I'm glad we can do that, especially through the winter months here in Seattle. There were icy mornings, And it really does help get the kid off to school when you're not scraping your car. So success, but also there's some stuff out there we need to get rid of. So transferring these over, I have my dot markers here. Don't need that one. Oh, my little sticker guy is having problems. So this is my Sterling ink. Oh, I thought it was worse than it was. This is just the time. There, get that out of the way. The time strip there. So we're going to use those, and we're going to map these out. So the other thing is that I go back to my original at the beginning of the year. I used the last week of December and New Year's Day here. I didn't need this spread because I had it in my old one, and then I went off and just started right here. Party, party. But I use this spread here to kind of track my goals per month instead of constantly like looking back at these and going, well, where am I on this? It's kind of like, oh, this is January. Sorry. I was like, wow, I checked off a lot there. But it's more about my goals back here. So these ones, I kept these really simple, but for me, it's more helpful to have them color coded and to track them. These were last year's colors, or did I use this year's? I thought I used this year's, so they kind of matched up more. But then I'm looking at the colors and they're a little different. Because these, I was using these stickers up from the past, so the colors maybe, yeah, this yellow's off. These two changed. Doesn't matter. So having like these then go to my monthly, and like these are like, I can see stepped out how I'm doing for overall for the year. And I kind of need this map. And so, yeah, I had pantry here. I had music. And then we went to the cat cafe for some fun. So things pop up that are fun that I can put in here. And then I also, I had an infusion this month, went to the gynecologist twice. So that was the main highlight of that month. And it helps me because I blur time. My brain just blurs time. It really helps to kind of see, oh yeah, that was the month I focused on this. So yeah, I kind of look here and here is what I'm looking at. So let's start with personal, and I think we're just going to put the pantry one. How high do I want to put that? So I'm flip-flopping around here. I think I'll just look at last month's here. Focus on that. So, yeah. Let me tip this to the side. And this is shop from pantry. Because regardless, like if we're not going anywhere, that's fine. And I think we just need to get through some stores that are there. It's not like I have tons of cans of beans that I need to get through. Or do I? There's a couple. We're not really bean people, so that may be why they're still sitting there. So I'm going to continue music at home because I practiced it. Let's see, 1, 2, and then it's the third one. But I think I want to keep doing it as something to practice. It's not in my, like, I got this phase yet. I think that's the important thing. When I'm in a I got this phase, then I feel like I can take it off my goals and it's just kind of incorporated into my life. But if it's something that means a lot to me, and I'm going to put this here, and I want to make it happen, and it's the same for these drafts here. I know I have 3 tokens to use. Yeah. I know. I look at these and I'm like, oh, it was just a very tiring month. Oops. Let me get this lid back on. So I got those two done to work. Now I have a work planner goals. So this I'm just kind of outlining. I think I'm just going to do one for website launch because I have it broken down in my work planner, which is the Sterling ink. Website. It's a relaunch, so let me put that instead because I have a website up and it's mostly accurate. It's just not all accurate. And then I have my main plan with me's, my main podcast. But I think I'm also going to be doing Sterling in here too. So when I look at, oh, it's back. So here I have how many Wednesdays? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 podcasts. And then how many Sundays do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm making these a little smaller because what worked last time was putting the date above it. It really helps going, oh, okay. Those are the exact days. So the podcast is on the 3rd and then the 10th. Right? 24th, 31st. And then the plan with me's are on 7, 14, 21, 8. And then the Sterlings, I might be doing those on Fridays. So I don't know the timing of that yet. Yeah. This is, I'm looking at this and it's, you're like, there is nothing business related on this calendar. And no, there isn't. This is all personal appointments, but I'm just looking at days of the week. So my podcast goes on Wednesdays. Fridays are kind of my reset and supplement days because I don't want to release. So I'm wondering if Mondays. Yeah. So Monday, let's try this. I'm going to be bold here. Are there 5 Mondays? There are. And even on Memorial Day. Well, I will, I film them ahead. So that starts on, so it's 1st, 8th, 15th, 22, 29. Because I think with business planning, having it come out on a Monday, on a Sunday, I think a lot of people are personal planning and you're kind of in that mode, but I get more into business planning on a Monday morning. I'm like, okay, this is what my actual work week is looking like. Okay, so, and then those are done. We had actually, I'm going to put a retroactive one on here because it popped up with a bigger, we had 2 IEP meetings for my son, and it was a lot. I think that's another thing. I've been dealing with health stuff, pushing hard there, and now I'm pushing on the school stuff as well. Oh, I didn't check those off. Okay. I'm just like, why aren't these checked off? So we had those 2 meetings. And we don't have IEP meetings. We're kind of done. We're wrapped up. Whew. So I will put, and I think I'll space them out a little bit because there's 2. So it's my therapy. Am I on the? Yeah, I'm on the screen. Sorry. And I have, and that is something I can look at here. I have 5 starting on the 2nd. The other thing is, like, for billing, I want to make sure I'm counting these all up correctly. And then there's 5 for Wednesdays too for my son. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And those are so my sons are the same as the podcast. So 3, 10, 1. Yeah, and then this is 2, 9, 16, 30. Yeah. Yeah, so that really helps there. Okay. Health and wellness. Health and wellness. Oh, I went to the dentist. I did. It was just once. No infusion, no dentist, which are 2 things that really... So there is a big thing is my doctor wants to start a new medication for me. And we'll see how that goes. Because I have this feeling it's going to really interrupt my energy. I will say that. I feel like it's going to be an adjustment period. I feel like there's going to be a lot. So, and then I see my doctor in person. And then focusing on water still. I have a feeling I might also get to see my gynecologist again, or at least get a procedure done for that. There's a test that they want to do. And I'm just like, they could only schedule me for July. And that doesn't help because it's kind of important and related to the reason I went to the ER. So I'm just like, that's what I'm fighting against right now. It's like, I just want to get the procedure done. And I don't really need to have a sit down talk with anybody. I just need to get in and out. So I'm just hoping I can go in May. And then, so my 2 biggest things here, I'm going to space these out because I like how that when they're spaced out, it gives, instead of like stacked, quite like that. And if I'm focusing on any other things, it's, so like here, I could go back, looking back, it's also been, I felt really split this last month. So it's been job hunting, because I helped my son, I helped my son with his IEP. That's what I was thinking of next. But I also searched job boards right with my husband. He's finding a lot of similar things, but we're finding different things as well. And so he's like, oh, I didn't even see that. Thank you. Because it's a team effort. I feel like we're on the same team for this. And it takes about 15 minutes of my time to go and search for some things because we're kind of in the same field. We're in a very creative, technical field. And I know a lot of what he's looking for. And so, yeah. And it affects our family. I'm happy to help out if it's a break from some things. We're going to continue on our savings goals. And I'll put ER bill on here. There was a unexpected test bill that I just took care of yesterday. Looks like a J test. Oh, plural bill. It was a bunch of tests I had to take, so that was taken care of. And I think I'll do one more here. So these are the savings goals, which are on Friday, so that would be the 5th. Oh, I need my dots. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. starting on the 5th, 12th, 19th, 19th, 26th. The ER bill, but we also want to use up our HRA because that will be ending at the end of the month. We have been draining that, especially with that unexpected bill that I got yesterday. But we have so many health things that, yeah, we're going to use that up, make claims on it, because that'll go away. At the end of the month, it is done. So physical environment, we are going to say under the bed and garage. And I've been trying to kind of chunk this down and make it smaller to make it more of an easier entry. So I think I'm going to put like, I thought having, I'm just going to put some dots here. I thought saying like getting into 2 of the zipped containers down there would be helpful, but it's still too ambiguous. I'm like, I need to actually say sheets. Excuse me. And coats. And then any other bedding. I think this will make it a whole lot more tangible because I actually know like those are the 3 primary things that are under there. And then here would be trash that needs to go. And then boxes. And then maybe I think there'll be some donations. So that to me is much more tangible and that I can act upon it. So if I go back to this fancy page, then I don't put absolutely everything here. And I have been doing it in pencil. Sometimes writing a little smaller in pencil works. So I'll put under bed and garage here. And then here, since I couldn't quite get to, I mean, if I get to it before the end of May, I might erase this again, but I'm going to put paint because we did do that. And that's why I do this in pencil, because I feel like I could possibly this weekend move that up and then just have garage for May. That might be really helpful, but we'll see how my energy is because I don't know. We didn't do ER, so I'm actually going to the HRA we have been using up, so I'm going to put that for both. Because when I look back at this in December, that's what I'm really thinking of is like, how will I know like what was really the focus there? Oh, yeah, okay. So savings, I did 2 things. I did some investing and saving. So it's kind of both there. So May, we're going to update this there, but it's going to be more concentrated on just biz and health, which they kind of all it's the theme of the year, right? If I go here, what did I add? IP and job. That was what it was. So I'm going to put job up here just to see where my energy was going. May. Okay. So we're going to have doctor and new med, which may throw off these infusion schedule. May or may not. I don't know. The infusions I've been getting since September have been like 50% helpful. So for me, I'm like, oh, they're working. But he's like, no, we need you to be a little bit further along. So that's where it's a little disappointing. Yeah, so I'm looking at May here to get these updated. And then I have, so I'm not going to put all of these. I'm just going to put website here. Yeah, the IEP and my son's therapy last month. Yes. So I think I'm just going to put therapy both. And then fun. I think I need to set this down here. Okay. Music and candles. Okay, so this is where my brain went. I have nothing written about candles anywhere. I'm literally looking at a candle going, oh, I really enjoy that. So no, I'm not going to put candles on here, but it just kind of popped in my mind. It's like, oh, that is something fun that I haven't listed out here yet. So we're going to put pantry here. I would say here, I've been focusing on both like face and hair routines. And I feel really good about putting that here as something that I'm mostly handling, so I don't need to put it in my planner, but I feel like I've made improvements on that. I bought some new products in March, and so those are, then you're kind of experimenting with those still, right? You get the products, but you still are like, okay, time of day or how often, or which combination of products are they working? So okay. So I think I have those all kind of transferred over for like a reset. And then this will be first week of May. And what I do is I pencil in things like my husband has an interview one day, and then my son has some testing coming up. So when I look at this is a project. Okay. So last month I did some color dot coding, and then things kind of moved around. So these dots are permanent, and let's see, this was done. And I'm just trying to think, like, do I want to do this in pencil or pen? So my other idea was these are erasable pens, and these are the black ones here that I love. They have a much better tip. It's a 0.3, I thought. Why does it say 5? Maybe it is a 0.5. I don't know. Where is it? It says 5 here. If you can kind of see that. But I thought these were smaller. Anyway, they're linked below. Maybe these are 0.7. Is that what's going on? Yeah. Okay, so these are, I got these years ago for my son because he doesn't like permanent. He makes mistakes and wants to erase them too. So I got these a while ago. They're kind of going, and I didn't really like them, just personally as well. But I reclaimed them. I don't think I'll do it this month. I think I like the dots better, but it's something I considered. So I think I'll go back to my dots and see if I can kind of color code and keep those color codes going. So it's not these dot markers. Let me get this out of the way. because I kind of like, they're almost like Easter egg colors. So they're in here. I have so many like pen pouches. Oh, I forgot that one. That's okay. So if I get these out, well, I'll keep these right here. Let's see if we can use the same colors as last time. So we have kind of a teal for Cairo, and I thought I'd scheduled one of my Cairos for here. Did I pencil that in? No. But I feel like I'm going to check my schedule real quick. May 5th. Oh, that's June. May 5th. Or 5. Yes. And that's at 10. Okay. So I'm going to put Cairo. And he didn't have this one open yet, although I'll check again soon. So let me put that here. So Cairo is kind of this teal color. And I'll put it at the top here, put it around here, and usually I have, see, and that automatically that's standing out a whole lot more. The problem is going to be with this yellow color. I might avoid yellow this month because this blue kind of gray just made all the colors pop, but now I'm kind of fighting this yellow, but at least I can see that a whole lot easier now. And so Cairo I do twice a month, and I have 2 little boxes there. So we'll see about the second one. Yeah, and then I have both of those. So therapy is pink. And I think we're just going to do pink for both types of therapy here. And what did I do? One for therapy, and then I put, because I like how it worked last time. We have therapy, and we both have 5. So for myself and my son, let's see if I can think and talk here. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if I have these on. Did I actually get these on the same lines? My goodness. I'm not going to have an infusion, so I could use purple for anything that's yellow. So like OBGYN was yellow. Dentist is blue. Oh, okay. So I also need to do these dots. That dot, this dot, this dot. Okay, so suddenly, like, this is really helping my brain here to see these pop out more. When they were penciled in, it's fine. Because I can, sorry, I'm looking at my computer real quick to make sure this is on screen. I can pencil things in just to make sure, like, if things are gonna have a problem scheduling wise, so I can just look at that. Like when I look at June, I go, oh, okay, you know, I have an infusion here. Can I schedule something here? No. That's fine. But when I'm looking at the month, if it's color coded like this, it really does help. So I think I'm going to avoid this color and use purple. And I'm going to use that for doctor. And if I can, so my doctor is here. It's a little harder to see next to that pink, but if I also, and I'm just going to have 1, but if I can get in for a procedure with her, I'll have another purple dot somewhere. Moving on. So no yellow dots. Oh, we decided against that. Yeah, and then we had some yellow here. This was a whole different color yellow, right? Yeah, I guess that's more of an orange. So I'm going to put this here because it helps to kind of go back and see school stuff here. Like that. Okay. I also think I'm going to put both dentist stuff. So whether or not it's my dentist or my husband's dentist. So my husband has two, one here, one here. So now that blue stands out a whole lot more. And I think I'm just going to put them right here. If there's just two and it's just for one person, if I was going back or my son was going back, then I would do kind of the multi-level on the side. Fun. We just had like one kind of main thing going on there. I don't think I'm going to do that. School. Now here's where the yellow becomes a problem. There are some school things. And I think the bright yellow is just it's not gonna work. And the orange isn't gonna work. So I have these two greens. Purple is used. I have a brighter green. Oh, so there is a green for my client stuff. I think this darker green, let's try this one. And we're gonna call this school. And it's a field trip there. There's also some testing that I actually just got a schedule in my email. Let's see if I can gently bring that up. Okay. Let's see. Here I have Tuesday testing, Wednesday testing. Yeah, it's going to be important to see these on here. Thursday. Let's see, I need to erase. I just had arrows pointing down for testing. So these are, trying to make sure your kid gets good sleep. And they're going to do as well as they can. Let's see. So 4th, 5th, 6th, 9th. So testing here. 11th. Oh, okay. So we're going to squeeze that in up top here. I knew this day was this is kind of our hard day right there. So 10th? No 10th. Okay. Ninth, 11th. 16th might be. So I'm going to put this here. It says possibly not, but my son takes longer on his tests, and I have a feeling, I don't know what this is. Oh, that was a 7? 3, 5. I don't know what that was for. Why did I write a 3, 5, 7? 4, 6, 8, 10. I don't know why I have those there for Tuesdays and Fridays. Oh, those are my clients. Those are her. I was counting down her latest package. That's what it was. I was like, why are these numbers jumping? So yeah, there could be some testing there. Okay. Back to making sure my filming is going well. So yeah, school. I don't know if I'll put, let's see, 1, 2, 3. So testing, 1, 2, 3. Mic check. And then we have 1, 2, and then a possible 1 here. And I'll put a question mark there. So this also gives me information that there's going to be 3 one week, 2 next week, and a questionable 1, without me going, okay, where are those little dots? But then as I'm looking at each dot and each day and I'm scheduling things, I'll see like, okay, that's what's going on there. Yeah, for the school, and then field trip is 1. There might be another field trip. They're trying to fit in 1 more in here. So yeah, this color, these blues are all kind of similar, but I can notice a difference on my side. Is that it? So I have like our kind of monthly themes here. I did renew one of the tabs already. So this is kind of like, we have 2 cars. So 1 is done already. I pay that ahead of time. The one in May here is, I usually pay it early, but the one in July, it's a little harder. So sometimes I try to pay that ahead. And then I'm going to do client up here, although I may move that over to my business planner. So I'm going to leave that empty at the top. If nothing else, I might just like, I don't know, I'll put something there. But I think for me, this is enough for all of my reset stuff. Whew. So yeah, it's kind of reevaluating how did April go. It was very much like my January, and it was very health heavy. We had fun on spring break, but it was health, and then IEP school stuff has been like, school's kind of ramping up with more and more support that we need to provide, just because they do a lot of things at the end of the year. So, but camp is done. That was at the end of March. We're kind of counting down the days, school ending here. So this feels good for May. And I think, you know, looking at this for my goals for May feels good. And that's my reset. I do also do resets in counting all my social numbers just to track them, and financial numbers. I do all on May 1st. Because to me, it's important to get like those numbers as accurate as possible. But this is what I needed to go into May and feel focused, and to feel like, okay, I have a handle on what's coming. And especially these, I wanted to see where are things jammed up. It's like, I can see these days are going to be really heavy in here. And then towards the end of the month, it's going to feel a lot better with having a 3-day weekend. Actually, it's a 4-day weekend. No, this isn't really. No. Is this a 4-day weekend? Anyway, I'll check that. I'm going to let you go. And take care, everyone. I hope this helps, because I think resets do help. This is my personal reset. I think I'm going to start calling these personal resets. And then I might do a business reset. We'll see. But yeah. Enjoy. I hope you are ready for May, or as ready as you can be. Like and subscribe on your way out, and take care of yourselves. I will see you next time. Bye.